Welcome to our Facebook page of KB Leather and Accessories, otherwise known as Redeemed Leather. Just want to give you some bit of direction here as to our products and our checking out and cart process, which will bring you to our actual store page. As you can see on this Facebook page, we have our selection of cuffs, and as you scroll down through this page, you'll see different styles. Some are completed like these, and these ones you can add something to them if you want. Some, like this one, you cannot really. It'd be kind of hard to add something. These are our tethered leather remnant collection, where we take leftover pieces from different belt leather and we kind of match them or complement them. And here's our earring collection. This is all made from new leather. The rest of our products are all repurposed leather. Here's some items that you can put on your cuffs. And here's some things you can put on your cuffs and your key fobs, your keychains. And here's some metal plates. You can put those on your leather, your custom leather, and your key fobs. And we also have, so you can see, you got brass and aluminum and copper. And here's some of our key fob collection. This is where you can put on a concho or a plate or something. You can also add lace to your cuffs if you'd like. We got white and off-white. You can add that. And here's the whole product selection. So anyway, some people are having a little bit of problems trying to with the cart process and checking out and so forth. So thought I'd just go through this. So let's just pick a product here and give you an example of what would take place here. As soon as you click this product, you haven't left Facebook yet. Still there. You can comment and say things about it and so forth. And if you think you might be interested in that, it gives you the basic information here. It's 8.5 inches long, or it can accommodate up to 8.5 inches long snap to snap dimension. We'll explain that in a minute. It's 1.25 inches wide. It's a black suede. It's repurposed, so it's secondhand leather, used leather, and like all of most of our products. So here we go. So if you're interested, you click that. It'll bring you to our website. Just give it a moment here. There we go. So it brings you to the page where that cuff is located on our actual web page, which is, as you can see at the top here, redeemedleather.ca, or if you typed in .com, you'd still get here. I have both domains for that. So here you go. So you look at that. Now within here, there's some important instructions here. If a person just wanted to buy this by itself, they can. I'll just put snaps on it. The only thing I'll need is a size and some important sizing information I'll refer to in a moment. Otherwise, you can add some of those other embellishments like the concho connector, a plate. And if you put a plate on, we can stamp a saying. I have sayings that you can choose from. You can put your name or initials on there. We can do that with plates for the cuffs or the key fobs. So anyway, and you can kind of, if you click this one right here, the saying, it would bring you to this page on our website, and you can see some of the sayings here. And so anyway, and you can do that. Also, if you click these, it'll bring you to the plate. You can add those to the cart too, that you can add to your item here. The other important matter is the sizing, and I have that tab already open so you can see that. Here's the sizing information. Very important. Read this carefully. The measurement that I'm going to go by after you measure your wrist is called snap to snap, and it's when you lay it out flat on a table. So what you need to do is measure your wrist tightly using a cloth tape measure, and if you don't have one, use a piece of paper or a thin string. Mark it where it overlaps on your wrist. Lay it on lay the paper or the string flat to measure using a ruler. That is your wrist size. But you need to add to that, because leather, due to the thickness, the width, when I add snaps, the actual fit will be different. So you need to add something to that. Minimum, you should add 1/4 of an inch if you want a snug fit, as you can see here, to a 1/2 inch. Comfort fit, 3/4 to 1 inch. Loose fit, inch, 1.25 inches. So you can add these amounts, and depending on what you desire for fit. These are just guidelines, and the more you add to your wrist size, the more your bracelet is going to hang to your hand. And of course, they're all made of leather, so they may stretch. Doesn't mean they will, because it is thick belt leather. They may stretch over time due to normal wear, and I can exchange it due to sizing issues. If you order the wrong size, as long as the measurement you give me is the snap to snap, if that's what you received, I cannot exchange if they don't fit. So make sure you're snap to snap. You add something to it to make sure that they're going to fit. And at any time, you can always message us. Every page on our store page has a message us through Facebook, so that's always available. So utilize that. If you need to understand something, or you got a question about a product, just make sure you do that. At this time, we also have some Mother's Day sales. So if you went to the home page, you would see a link. So if I go back here, and let's say we're going to add this to the cart. So after you add that to the cart, let's see here. We'll see it here. There it is. So for instance, in this box, you would put your size that you want it, and that's the snap to snap when it's laid out flat. So that would be your measurement plus a little allowance, that according to that other chart. And you're saying here, let's say we're going to choose Blessed Mama. Okay, so we'll go over here and Blessed Mama. Let's see here. Blessed Mama. So you choose that. Now you say, well, I got to add a plate. And what we'll do here is we'll just close this. You'll keep it in the cart. So it's there. You haven't lost it. So you choose your plate. So you go over here, and here's the metal plates. Let's say you wanted a brass plate to go on that. So you choose that. And you have options with your brass plates. You can choose between what we call a plain or a textured. Some call it hammered. So you got the hammered look and the plain look. Let's say we're going to choose the brass plain. So you click that. That's going to add it to the cart. Or bring it to the page that you can add it to the cart. Sorry. So you say, okay, I like the brass plate, smooth or plain. So that adds that. So you got your cuff, you got your brass plate. And then as you look at the cart here, you can say, make sure you got your size there. That's your snap to snap when it's laid out flat, what you want stamped on there. And then say, well, I'm done shopping. Okay, you go to the checkout. So on the checkout, you have to fill out this information, contact, so we can ship it to you, email or phone number, mobile phone number, all that particular information. So for instance, I put this code in because on the home page you'll see a link that will bring you to this page for our Mother's Day specials, and there's different discount codes. Here's one of them there that I just already copied and pasted in there. The first 5 customers will get 40% off their leather. And that's the cuff leather. And of course, if someone wanted to buy a key fob, we're doing the same promo, 40% off the first 5 customers. So if the leather itself, that's the only part that we're discounting. So anyway, in the cart, I've already pasted that in. You'll see it. It says 40 off cuffs, the first 5. So it's discounted. The leather's 20 bucks, 40% off that, $8 off. So your total is actually $22 instead of $30. And of course there'll be shipping, and all of our shipping is regular post through Canada Post. If you want expedite shipping, we can work that out, but all of our shipping charges will be basically in Canada 4 to 6 days, unless you live in Northwest Territories. We do ship to the United States. It will cost more. We have the rates listed when you go to the when you process this. You go to the shipping, and so that basically covers the most important information. And of course, on all of our pages, you can pay through American Express, Apple Pay, MasterCard, PayPal, and Visa there. So we have many different ways that you can pay for your product. And I think that pretty much covers most of what I wanted to explain. And again, I just felt bad that we just had some difficulties with people navigating and completing an order. But I think we've pretty much resolved all of those. And again, if you ever have any questions, don't be afraid to message us through Facebook. You can email. All the information's on our Facebook page, phone call. And of course, if you ever get stuck on Facebook, you can always go to redeemedleather.ca and you go right to our store page and choose what you'd like. One other note I guess I need to make mention is if you order 2 cuffs or 2 key fobs, in the note section, if I go back to the card here, you would have to identify in the card what, if it was 2 cuffs, you'd have to say this 8-inch size cuff is going to go with the black, and if you had maybe a brown one, you'd have to identify that in the note section. And if you had a plate on each cuff, you'd have to identify which plate would go and what words would go with what cuff you chose. I don't have any options here to give you other than just to put that information in the notes. And like I said, if you have any problems, just message and we'll make sure that we help you with that. And the same with the key fobs. So you need to identify, if you're buying more than one item, what goes where. And that's all done in the notes for me. So anyway, appreciate your time this afternoon, and all the best to you, and hopefully we can satisfy what you would like to buy and help you out with that. And thanks again.